A stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye. Welcome back to Rock Your Best Vocals. Jim here. Today we're going to explore Ozzy Osbourne's voice. We're going to understand, by the end of this, what makes his voice so great and what a lot of people get wrong. And I got this wrong before. As I have grown as a singer, I've listened back to what I was doing and going, oh my God, I didn't really get that right at all. The more I'm understanding about the voice as I go and grow and teach and explore my own voice and become better and better. That's why Rock Your Best Vocals, where your best keeps getting better. That's what we always strive to do, is to get better. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to No More Tears by Ozzy, because I think this is one of the harder songs by him to sing, because there's that jump in the very first verse. I mean, in the verses, it jumps, right? So a lot of people get this wrong, and I'm going to explore this with you. So we're going to understand what most singers get wrong about this. A lot of people have covered this, and a lot of people have done this in a tribute. We're going to listen to them. I want you to kind of help me out and to understand what's happening with these singers. And they're very good singers. All these are great singers. There's a thing that they're getting wrong, that if we apply this to our voice, it will not only improve not just how to sing Ozzy Osbourne stuff, but it'll improve your voice overall, because the way Ozzy sings is not the way that people would kind of interpret his voice. And you'll understand this by the end of this. So like, stick with me. Your mind's going to be like, it's going to be a mind explosion. Okay. So let's check this out. The first thing is an all-star tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. This is in 2024, the induction ceremony in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is Billy Idol, legend. But let's listen to what he's doing, and we're going to kind of talk about this. So listen. Okay, so what do you notice about his voice? Now, I mean, he's singing like Billy Idol. He's not going to try to sing like Ozzy Osbourne. But if we apply what Ozzy does with his voice, it will make your singing better across the board. He's using kind of more of that chest voice, which is what like rockers do, like especially males, like we want to sing something, we want to sing rock with this heaviness in our voice. So let's listen to the next line. Okay, so because of that weight in his voice, he wasn't able to get up to the note. So blink, he was a little flat on that, right? Because he's trying to carry all this weight up there. The stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye. So like, if you try to carry that weight up there, oh man, it's so difficult to get up in that blink of an eye. And I'm kind of like, alluding to what Ozzy does to get up in there, but I'll get into that later. So stick with me. It's going to be awesome. So this next one is Robbie Williams, and it's at the Brits in 2026. And again, we're going to start with the same line. We're going to just see what is he doing, and just, dialogue with me here. Okay, so he's in that chest voice, right? Same. Heavy. It sounds great. I mean, like Robbie's like bringing the rock. I mean, it sounds great until he has to flip into that high part, and he has to flip into like falsetto. And you'll see later on, like you'll listen to, like Ozzy doesn't flip into falsetto. So he was able to get there, and he's got that grit. That's the thing I'm talking about. This feeling like you have to like rock it out because it's Ozzy Osbourne, right? The Prince of Darkness. Got to like bring the rock. The stairway to darkness in the blink of it. It's too hard. I'm carrying all that weight up there. Oh man, it's such a struggle. Okay, this next one is Zakk Wylde in Black Label Society. This video does not have him singing the first part as with the other guys, but let's listen. Okay, he's doing a little something there that the other guys weren't doing that I'm going to get into, but you can hear he sounds a little bit like Ozzy. I mean, I've toured with the guy for, I don't know, how long? How long has he been touring with him? Anyway, let's listen to the next line. I Like he sounds so much like Ozzy. It's insane. Like, now what is he doing that makes him sound like Ozzy, right? There's a couple of things in there that he's doing to make him sound like Ozzy. And I'll get into that in a second. Okay, now this next one is a fun one. This is an Ozzy Osbourne tribute band. They're called Crazy Train. And let's listen to what he's doing differently than all the other ones and see if you can pick out the few things. Then we're going to listen to the isolated track of Ozzy singing this himself. And we're going to really pick it and break it down to kind of discover those little nuances. Let's check it out. Do you hear what he's doing that's the other guys weren't doing? And he sounds like, I mean, almost exactly like Ozzy. Like, this is insane. Okay, so what do you notice about what he's doing that the other guys weren't doing? Except for Zach a little bit. Okay, so if you're not getting it yet, let's move on. And we're going to listen to the isolated vocal track. And we're going to pick out these things. And I'm going to explore them with you and kind of figure out some sounds that he's doing that will not only help you in trying to sound like Ozzy, if that's what you want to do, but will help you in your singing a letter, because Ozzy Osbourne is an incredible technique. Like, believe it or not, he really does have incredible technique. The moment of truth. This is where we're going to listen very carefully and listen to all little nuances, what he's doing. And we're going to try to see how we can manipulate our voice to get the sounds that he's doing, because a lot of the stuff that he's doing is, as I said, incredible technique.
The light in the window is a crack in the sky.
Okay, listen how light that is, right? This is what I'm talking about. It's so light. Take this position of like, lightness. The light in the window is a crack in the sky. So I'm doing this, opening the space in the back. If you go like this. So if you can hear that, the kind of breathy buzz that's in there, which is the lightness, right? So if we go from that place. Let's see, move on. Next line. So what's the other little thing that he's doing? A stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye. A stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye. So that's the little kind of Italian vowel that's up on top of this open space. A stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye. So if you take this, like that kind of, there's a kind of a couple of different things there. If we take the SpongeBob sound, it's just like this. Oh, hey, Patrick. And then you take Patrick, which is down here. You take those two together, and you keep that low, kind of like a low larynx, sort of that sound. And then you add that in the top. A stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye. You see, there's that ring in there, that squealo. It's a classical term, an opera term that they use, but it's Italian for ring. But you hear that ring in there. I get that squeak in there. So it's also not closed down. There's this breathy quality to it. So it's not, you'll never be coming back. That's very hard for me to like get up there. It's just, there's so much constriction going on there. Like if you're lifting something heavy, people say you got this compression. You never be like I can't get up there. It's impossible. Like it's just not gonna happen. But if I start from this place of and add in that little squeak, there's that, I don't know if you can hear that brightness that's there. That's kind of driving the sound. Let's move on.
The man in the dark will
The man in the dark will bring another attack. There's that kind of squeakiness. The man in the dark will bring another attack with the breathiness. I got this open there to allow that kind of breathy buzz to come through. And then I add that. The man in the dark will bring another attack. It's very open. I mean, like, if you listen to Ozzy, even the way he talks. Oh, shut on! Oh, it's very open. Oh! You know, kind of, so that it's just the openness of Ozzy. That kind of like cavern that gives it that resonance. And he's also, when you raise the soft palate, you get into this place like here.
Your mama told you that you're not supposed to talk to strangers.
Listen to how open. Keep it open down here. Your mama told you that you're not supposed to talk to strangers. I'm really trying to keep that open down here. Keep that buzz up here. High soft palate. Supposed to talk to strangers. And letting the air drive like like that sound. To strangers. And you'll see if you try to go from that place, that light place, and kind of lift the support into that to get to the higher realms while keeping this all relaxed, you'll find that it's so much easier to get into those high places with that power. You still have that power because you're not forcing everything up. You're kind of lifting the sound up. So I'm kind of trying to think of lifting the sound up. I always think of like, instead of like pushing sound up, just kind of just pulling this thread of air up. Okay, moving on.
Look in the mirror, tell me, do you think your life's in danger?
Okay, so do you hear that buzz that's in there?
Tell me, do you think your life's...
Do you think your life's in danger? Ah, there's that squeak that's in there.
No more tears.
No more tears. So that buzz, that squeak, that ring is so key to his sound. Okay, let's listen to this other part that Zach did and see if there's any differences that we need to look at.
So now that it's over, can we just say goodbye?
You listen to that. Just say goodbye. That's really like in there. It's his pharyngeal constriction. Just say goodbye.
So now that it's over, can we just say goodbye?
Can we just say goodbye? See, the more I do that, can we just say goodbye? So there I added a bit more of kind of the Patrick sound in there, right? To get a bit more full, which is, I think, like kind of a lot of times Ozzy would kind of go back and forth through those.
I'd like to move on and make the most of the night.
You hear that? Most of the night. There's that sound that's there. Most of the night. That's in there. So that ring, I mean, that's just so key. It's that ring, that buzz. There's that little pharyngeal constriction. I think that's pretty much it for this song. But understanding how Ozzy is doing this with his voice helps us to kind of have better habits in terms of like getting up into those higher realms. Starting with this like light, and now we're just saying goodbye. Goodbye. That kind of that plays, and adding that little ring. As you can see how adding the darkness and the squeakiness, the dark and the squeak, adding those two together, and you can get like a tremendous rock vocal right out of that. And it doesn't have to sound like Ozzy Osbourne. You can darken it up a little bit more. You can do other little things to make it yours. But if you incorporate these into your own singing, no matter what you're singing, I guarantee you'll find like it's so much easier to sing into the higher realms. And I just want to thank Oz for all of the music and, or as Zach would call him, the boss. Thank you, Ozzy fucking Osbourne. Love you, man. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Rock your best vocals where your best keeps getting better.